Okay, this video is going to apply to pretty much any Chrysler Town and Country, Dodge Caravan, Jeep, Cherokee, Grand Cherokee, any Chrysler with the 3.6 liter. If you get a check engine light on and it's on for a P0128, that's the engine light, P0128. It's coolant temperature below thermostat regulating value, I believe is what it says. Basically means that the thermostat, which is, you can see down in there, it's where this hose here goes to the side of the engine. There's only two 10mm bolts that hold it in. This is a really easy job, but it's super common failure. And also the cooler lines are leaking. The first step, I would say, get down underneath the car, the red petcock right there under the coolant jug. You're going to want to drain the coolant. So I'm going to lift this real quick and I'm going to do that, and then I'm going to continue with how to actually get to the thermostat and change it with one of these. I think this is a rebuildable. Yes, it is. So if you get a rebuildable thermostat like this, I'll show you how to rebuild it. Okay, so I've got the coolant draining out of the petcock, and what I want to say is it's pretty important to drain the coolant out, and I can't really even show it because I got this cover on. I should have taken this cover off, but the thermostat is just above the belt, and if you get coolant on the belt on this, that belt will make noise. It will squeak, brake clean, deodorant, whatever you want to do, try to get it to stop squeaking, go right ahead. I would recommend just drain the coolant, that way you don't get coolant on the belt, or if you wanted to go one step further and just replace the belt or take the belt off, you can do that as well. But if you drain the coolant, you don't have to do that. So just drain the coolant from the petcock before you do the service. You won't have a problem. Alright, so first things first, we're going to get the air box out, and that's honestly, that's about all you have to do for this job. Is once you get the air box out, you have direct access to that thermostat housing. But there's a few things, well, a few pointers I can give, I guess. I've done hundreds of these things. 13mm holds a power steering pump on, 8mm clamp on the air box. Just twist it, pull that off, take the air filter out, and then the air box itself just kind of sits in some plastic grommets. So pull up on it. Might be pretty stiff. This one is. Oh crap, it's very stiff. There it goes. The air box out. Alright, now that the air box is out of the way, I'm gonna grab something. I wouldn't normally do this, but for sake of being able to see. There. Alright. So this is what we're after. Right here. And I'm gonna say a couple things. This clamp right here, I would always replace this clamp. This hose leaks pretty often, and you have to take this off anyhow. You can get an OEM clamp, one of these sprung clamps like this. I just replaced them with the worm clamps. I'll grab a pair of, I don't think these are going to do it. Hopefully there's not a whole lot of coolant still in there. There we go. What I like to use, just a swivel socket, is These aren't very tight, ever. Just break it loose and then I get it out. Get the bottom bolt out with my hand. Let's hope this thing ain't full of coolant. It's not. It's got a little bit right on the belt, of course. Oh, there we go. Get the seal off. Okay. This is what we're after. This piece here, the plunger, is what fails on these usually. Otherwise the spring, the tensile strength on the spring, whatever you want to call it, is also what fails. But you can take them apart by hand pretty easy. The new one is going to have a much stronger spring, so they give you a little tool. But that's how you take it apart right there. So this is the new one here. You take this and slide that down like that. It's going to sit on there like that. And this is the hard part, getting this thing to collapse down and get it over. So they give you a tool for it. I'm going to grab that. They give you this piece of cardboard. Just grab the cardboard, push down and twist. Just like that. There you go. That's all you gotta do to rebuild them. So and it comes with a new seal. Shit. Bolted. It's gone. All right. Okay, and then just tighten them bolts up. Reverse order. I said I'm gonna replace that clamp with one of these, just so there's no chances of it leaking. And top off the coolant, burp the coolant, clear the light. Should be fixed.